So, this is part 2. If you have not seen part 1, there is a link down below.
It'll actually be to the side.
No, it's underneath.
Is it?
Yeah. Okay, well, wherever it is, you'll find it, I'm sure. Okay, so basically what this video is we're answering questions that were submitted to us from our Tumblr. And I guess we should just start answering them. We only have a couple more, so this video shouldn't be too long. Our first question is, do you fight and what do you do?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, I think every couple fights. It's healthy.
Yeah.
But to solve it, we had made a pact together to never let the other go to bed upset. And we're pretty good at...
Well, you're not.
Why?
Because you storm off sometimes. It's a bit hard to sort things out when you storm off.
Okay, well...
But she comes round. She does come round.
I do.
Sometimes she just goes.
I'm a girl.
Yeah.
Girls understand.
Like Chelsea said, we
basically talk it out.
Yeah, won't go to sleep or just leave it at that. We'll just keep talking until it gets sorted, really. Because
eventually it does.
If you just leave it or walk away and just let it simmer, it's just only going to get worse. So you can just talk it out then and there and get it sorted.
Yeah. So our next question is, what would you consider a long distance relationship? And there's a little bit of a story after it. It says, I am in a relationship with someone who lives 15 minutes away from me, but we aren't allowed to see each other because of my parents. It gets really frustrating, and it's hard not spending time with the person you love. Can I consider my relationship a long distance relationship? Now, most people are not going to like my answer for this. And I'm sorry if I offend anybody. Actually, I'm not sorry, but
she is.
For me, a long distance relationship is categorized by a vast amount of distance. Because somebody who lives 15 minutes away, that's only a couple miles. Yes, you might not be able to see them often because of personal or because of certain reasons, but that isn't long distance because it's only a couple miles. For me, my own personal, I guess if I were to put a definition on it, I would say at least a 3-hour car drive or something like that, 100 miles. That's long distance because it takes you a while to actually get there. Yes, I will agree with you. It does suck not spending time with somebody that you love, but I can't consider that a long distance relationship.
Yeah, I agree. It's not, in terms of physical distance, it's not very long at all. 15 minutes is
it's right around the corner for me.
That's the drive by work to do. That's the drive I do to work every day. So it's hardly absolute miles away. But like I said, I agree with Chelsea. It's the fact that you can't see somebody is similar in that aspect. But in terms of physical distance, no, that's not.
Okay. And how long does it take to fly from England to Florida?
Well,
you just did this flight today.
Literally, I haven't even slept since. So hardcore I am right now. Jet lagged. Still doing all this. Going from England to Florida takes about 9.5 hours. Mm-hmm. And going back from Florida to England,
which is an overnight flight.
Which is normally an overnight flight, yeah. Is 8.5 hours, because I guess they pick up on a jet stream or something. But yeah, it's 9.5 hours to get here and then 8.5 back. So it's a fair old way.
Yeah, and it costs usually anywhere from $750 to $1,200 the ticket. which translate that into pounds.
Cheapest I've got it for is like low £500, and then the most expensive has been like mid 800s.
Yeah.
Depends what time of year. It's like these flights just now have been really expensive because it's middle of July.
True. Alright, so our next question is, so my boyfriend and I will be long distance soon because he's going off to college and I have to finish school here. But what can I do when he's busy and adjusting to his new life and unable to talk? I personally don't feel like he should be too busy and unable to talk because he is adjusting. I guess. I mean, he can still text you and say, hey, like, how's it going? But I do understand that, yes, he's going to be doing a lot of different things because college life is a lot different. But definitely make sure that you guys keep connected because as soon as that stops, it's not much of a relationship at all.
Yeah,
if you're not going to talk.
Yeah, just like it might be hard to get on the computer and talk that way, but you can at least still text and
or
send
have
a
a
picture
phone
or
call.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, set an hour aside in the evening to do something, and I'm sure that can be done. Just try and set up times where you can.
It also says, when will we finally settle into being far apart?
Never.
Yeah, this is a question that is difficult for me to answer because Liam and I didn't know each other. Like, we did meet online, so we never really did know each other before. But even now, just saying goodbye to each other, it's difficult, and it takes at least a week to kind of get back in the swing of things. When you're with somebody, because normally when we have our visits together, it's about a week to 10 days. So when you're with that person for 24/7, it kind of gets like into a routine. And then all of a sudden they're gone, and it's kind of, you panic and you kind of say, well, what do I do? But you just have to keep on keeping on, basically.
You never totally get used to being away from them, but you get more used to it.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It doesn't get easier with each visit. It probably gets harder, if anything.
Yeah.
Because
I find it harder because you get closer.
You get
each time.
so much closer every single time, and it's just.
It has been worse every time, really.
Yeah. The awkward hands. His knee is here, just so you know.
Last question.
What was it like when you two finally met in person? Well, I didn't want any awkward conversation. I figured, let me give you a little bit of background first. I had gone into this thinking that it wasn't going to work, which is terribly wrong of me, and I do admit that. But don't look at me like that. But I didn't want to get my hopes up to be let down. And so I figured I would plan for the worst, and I didn't want any awkward conversation between us. So I did actually, as we had said in our last video, I did run up to him and literally just bear hugged him because I knew that if we were to have any kind of conversation, it would immediately turn awkward, and I didn't want that. So we kind of stood there embracing each other for like 2 or 3 minutes before we even moved. And that was just to get the feel of one another, I guess. What it was like to finally be together.
It was nice. She was like, you're finally here. I was like, I think the first time I said was something corny, like, yeah, sorry I'm late because my flight was delayed or something like that. But
yeah, it was 3 hours late.
It was nice. It was nice. It was like all that time building up to it, and then it finally happened. It was good. Like I say, it wasn't awkward at all. Like after we stopped hugging in the middle of the room, we just walked off and we were just chatting away like normal then, and it wasn't awkward at all. It was great.
Yeah, we just grabbed each other's hands and started walking towards my car, and my sister was with me, and she just kind of tailed behind us, and we just, we never really did have any type of awkward or anything like that.
It was good.
Well, we just spent 10 more minutes talking, so I will let you guys go. Thank you for watching, and if you don't follow us on Tumblr and you would like to, 4357 miles is nothing, and .tumblr.com.
Oh, and I've always wanted to say this. comment, rate, subscribe.
Bye.